Hi, it's Mr. Meister, and I'm here today to talk to you about PowerPoint. And if you'll indulge me for a minute, before I actually start talking about PowerPoint, I want to talk to you about something completely unrelated. So indulge me for a minute, let me flip the screen, and let me teach you a few things about media. So the first movie term that I want to teach you about is called the Dutch angle. Now, a common misconception is that the Dutch actually invented it, but actually the name is derived from Germans who invented it. Used this technique first, and Germany is often called Deutschland, and it just turned into a Deutsch or Dutch angle. Now you're probably wondering, what is a Dutch angle? A Dutch angle is any time the camera is kind of turned on its side, and this is used to demonstrate confusion or something isn't quite right. You see this in some certain kinds of movies. For example, from the movie 12 Monkeys here, you can see that the background and the character, everything is just off a little bit. And in this scene, what's really trying to visually be communicated is that, hey, something's just not right here. And it helps add to the story. So another movie term is Easter eggs. Now, you probably know what Easter eggs are. Every Easter, you hunt around the backyard as a kid looking for colorful eggs with candy or something inside. And actually, the concept of that isn't that far off. Now, in movie terms, an Easter egg is often something that is hidden in the frame, that is kind of a little surprise or a tipping of the hat to another movie. For example, in Raiders of the Lost Ark, if you look where that circle is there, if you look real closely, the creators of Raiders of the Lost Ark, Steven Spielberg, kind of had a little bit of fun with his friend George Lucas there. And if you look closely, you see R2-D2 and C-3PO on this ancient relic of the Ark of the Covenant, which obviously C-3PO and R2-D2 had nothing to do with that. Pixar films are also very famous for doing this, where they're usually the next film that they're working on, they'll give hints of the characters, or sometimes even you'll see past characters showing up in between those films. And there's lots of Easter eggs. You've probably heard Easter eggs on DVDs as well. And finally, I want to talk about some camera movement. Like if you were in my media class and we were talking about moving camera, there's a few kinds of terms you just need to understand. The first term is called trucking. Now, it has nothing to do with big rigs, but what it does have to do is the way you move your whole camera with the tripod, either to the left, or if you were going to move it to the right, your director would say truck right. Another movie term that has to do with how you move the camera when it's sitting on the tripod is called dollying. And again, it has nothing to do with Dolly Parton, but what dollying means is moving forward or moving back. So you could dolly down or dolly up, and that would be kind of the equivalent of moving forward. And those are your 3 slides of movie terms for the day. We'll get back to why that is important a little bit later, but hopefully you learned something in this video that you didn't know before.